أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, I hope everyone is well. Apologies, I had a slightly delayed because I got late coming home. So we are on lesson number 4, which we haven't completed as yet. So we were going to do the exercises.
Lesson 5, Maulana, not 4.
Yeah, Sheikh, it's lesson 5.
Thank you. Yeah, the exercise of lesson number 5. So we did the lesson itself, and we need to do the exercises itself. Right. So
We did till page 44. We were on page 44.
Yep. So is that Sister Sharabano?
Yes, we reached page 44, number 5.
Yep. So let's start. So this exercise, this whole lesson is about maf'ul bihi, the object, and it's just trying to make us practice how the object will come in a sentence itself. And we did this exercise here. For example, in exercise 4, we did kasara at-tiflu al-qalama. So we was trying to differentiate between the subject and the object itself. And now in this exercise here, fill in the blanks with the suitable words and vocalize the last letters itself. So over here, we have a verb, but we don't have the object. So I'm going to ask the first student, as Sister Sharabano came on the mic. Sister Sharabano, can you do the first number 1? And then after yourself, Sister Zohra Virgia, as I haven't seen her in the class for a while. And then Sister Sadiqa Asaria, and the Sister Shabnam Walji. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first one, I can say, Man fatahal baba, who opened the door.
So Man fataha al-baba, who is the fa'il of fataha?
It's mustatir
Correct. Referring back to?
huwa.
Correct. Next student, I said Sister Zohra Virji.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Number 2, please.
غسلت أختي المنديلة.
غسلت أختي المنديلة. So where is the fa'il and where is the fi'il and where is the maf'ul?
The maf'ul bi is, of course, al-mindila.
Yep.
And the fa'il is ukhti.
Correct.
And ghasalat is the verb.
Correct. Next person, I said Sister Sadiqa Asari, I believe.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. How are you, Sister Sadiqa?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, thank you.
So here we have the man. Al-hayyata is the snake. Bil asa means by the stick. So you need to put the verb killed or killed. What's the verb for killed?
Qatala?
Correct. And give the give the harakat of the lam and so forth. Continue, please.
Can you just tell me what was the last 2 words meaning?
So al-hayyata is it's a snake. Bil asa means by the actual staff or stick.
Okay. So it will be qatala rajulun.
So there's alif lam. So when there's alif lam, does a noun tanween?
Rajulu.
Correct. So why are you reading ar-rajulu?
Because that's the file.
Excellent. That is a file of qatala, correct. And al-hayyata, why is it al-hayyata? Why can it not be al-hayyati?
Because that is the maf'ul bihi.
Correct. Correct. And bil asa, it's jar and majrur.
Yeah.
Perfect. Jazakallah, sister. Next one, Sister Shabnam.
Alaikum Sheikh.
Islam. Number 4.
Shariba Yusufu al-Kahwa.
Correct. Where is the fa'il and where is the maf'ul?
Okay. So Shariba is the verb. So the fa'il is Yusuf,
Correct.
Yusufu, and the maf'ul bihi is the Kahwa.
Excellent. Brilliant. Next person, Sister Bilqis. And then after Sister Bilqis, Sister Zahra Jamal.
Assalamualaikum Sheikh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. Number 5.
Okay. كتب المدرس الدرس على السبورة.
Translation, please.
The teacher wrote the lesson on the board.
On the board. Excellent. Zahra Jamal.
Assalamualaikum Sheikh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Akala Suadul Khubza. Suad ate the bread.
Fa'il maf'ul, where, please?
Fa'il is Suad and Khubza is the maf'ul.
Bihi, correct. Excellent. Sister Sakina.
قرأت القرآن.
Qara'tu al-Qur'ana, correct. Is your sister around today or?
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine. Next person will be Dr. Mustafa Rahim. So,
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah, Doctor. Number 8, something, the adhan or hamza.
Isma al-azan ya Hamza. Isma al-azan ya Hamza.
So because of ya hamza, you're talking to the second person. You need to put a verb, which is, have you heard the adhan o hamza?
Isma al-azan ya Hamza.
No, not isma. Isma means listen. So you need to put it past tense. So you need to, yes, the verb is sami'a. Sami'a. Sami'a means he heard. So did you hear the adhan o hamza?
Sami'a al-azan ya Hamza.
No, you need to put you. Did you hear? So you need to put anta with sami'a.
And hal anta asma al-azan ya Hamza.
So what's you're doing, Doctor? What you need to do is make the verb you heard one masculine. How do you do that? Sami'a is the verb. Sami'a. You, one male, heard the adhan. How do you say that?
Sami'at.
No, sami'at. Ta should have a fatha.
Sami'ata.
Exactly. As-sami'ta al-adhana ya Hamzatu. Did you hear the adhan, O Hamza? Correct. Jazakallah, Doctor. Where is the fa'il and where is the maf'ul?
The fa'il is anta.
Excellent.
And maf'ul is azan.
Ahsantum. Ahsantum. Jazakallah. Brilliant. Next person, Sister Siddiqa Asaria. Sorry, Siddiqa Jafar. Apologies. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. Number 9. At-tajiru ad-dukkana.
Fataha at-tajiru dukkana.
Excellent. Fataha at-tajiru ad-dukkana. The merchant opened the shop.
The shop.
Excellent. Next student on the mic will be Sister Zinat Jan Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum Sheikh. I'm in
Alaikum
the car. I'm just listening today.
Okay, no problem. Sister Bilqis Behmani. Sorry, Sister Kulthum Behmani. Apologies. So next question is that at-tullabu fil fasli. So you could say the students went. No, student exited. Alaikum salam. So the student.
I'm so sorry. I'm in the same situation. I'm driving, so
Okay.
I'm just today.
No problem, no problem. So Sister Humazadi. So the student exited from the classroom. So
Kharajat tulabu min fasli.
Exactly. Ahsanti. Kharaja at-tullabu min al-fasli. So the verb remains singular and the fa'il is plural. Excellent. Brilliant. Next student. So what's the next exercise? Let's read the question. Use each of the following words in a sentence as maf'ul and vocalize its last letter. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to start now from Mukarrama Walji.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So you need to create a sentence and the word al-Qur'anu becomes a maf'ul bihi.
Qara'atu al-Qur'anu.
Qara'tu
Qur'anu.
No, maf'ul bihi is mansub.
Al-Qur'ana.
Qur'ana, correct. Can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please? Because it's always difficult for me to choose students. Sister Sister Bilqis. Bismillah. Sister Bilqis, number al-Qahwa.
Okay, so we can say Sharibtu al-Kahwata.
Yes, Sharibtu al-Qahwata, correct. Can you choose the next student, please?
Okay, let me check the list. Just 1 second. Zohra Virji.
Sister Zohra Virji.
أكل حمزة التفاحة.
Akala al-Hamzatu at-Tufaha, correct. Can you choose the next student on the mic, please?
كلثوم بمعني.
She's driving.
Oh, Huma Zaidi.
Sister Huma Zaidi.
Al-Babu.
Yes, so make a sentence and al-Bab, al-Bab becomes the object.
Yeah, Al-Babu al-Fasli.
No, you need to say, I open, for example, yeah.
Ana al-Babu al-Fasli.
No, and so you haven't made the verb. Ana, what's the verb opened?
Ana fataha al-Babu al-Fasli.
Fataha means he opened. How do you say I opened?
Al-Fatahi.
No, fatahtu.
Okay, Ana fatahtu al-Babu Fasli.
Ana fatahtu al-Baba min al-Fasli.
Min al-Fasli.
Yeah, Ana fatahtu al-Baba min al-Fasli. I opened the door from the classroom, or from the classroom. Correct. Can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Dr. Rahim.
Dr. Rahim.
درسوا درسهم أنا معالج الدرس.
أنا
معالج الدرس. معالج الدرس.
Okay. You want to say revised? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You could say أنا أنا. So طالع يطالع مطالعة.
Not معالجة.
No, معالجة means to it means to
examine.
Exactly. So you use the word طالع, طا ألف لام عين طالعت الدرس. الدرس. And with Sister Huma Zaidi's question as well, it should be فتحت الباب في الفصل. I opened the door in the classroom. So Doctor, can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Can you repeat Dr. Rahim's sentence?
So طالعت الدرس.
The law will have a fatha. The lam will have a fatha.
Yeah, no. طا ألف لام عين and the flat ta. طالع. The word مطالعة. The word مطالعة means to revise or to review something. طالع يطالع مطالعة. Dr. Rahim, can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Yeah, Zahra.
Sister Zahra Virji? Zahra Virji or Sister Zahra Jamal? Which one? I think Zahra Jamal. Go ahead, Sister Zahra.
غسلت القميص. I washed the shirt.
Wash the shirt, correct. Right, can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Sakina.
Sister
Sister
Sakina.
Sakina.
Yes.
So can you kindly go through the examples, examine the following sentences? Did you get a chance to listen to the recording?
From last lesson, no, I didn't.
Okay, so what I'll quickly explain. I did mention that these arrows, it's showing. So when at-tullabu, which is a noun, comes in the beginning of the sentence, then the verb, which is situated after it, will come in the plural format. So at-tullabu is plural. Now it is here, dhahabu, plural. Now the arrow, which is pointing towards here, it's showing that al-dhahabu is now becoming singular. Why? Because dhahaba is coming in the beginning of the sentence. Therefore, the singular verb can come with a plural subject. So at-tullabu here is plural. At-tullabu here is plural. The only difference is the verb is situated first. So you can bring a singular verb and have a plural doer. And the same thing is happening over here. At-talibatu, plural, feminine, coming over, situated after the verb, and you're having a singular feminine verb. And over here, it's plural feminine verb, because this is a question which I'm going to ask you now, Sister Sakina. Now, what is the difference between at-talibatu dhahabna and dhahabat at-talibatu? What is the difference between the sentence construction?
The first one is a nominal sentence, and the second one is a verbal
A
sentence.
nominal sentence contains two parts. What are they named, please?
The subject. So it's the noun and the mubtada and the khabar.
Mubtada and khabar. Excellent. Excellent. And dhahabat at-talibatu, what type of sentence is that?
A verbal sentence.
Excellent. Brilliant. Now, I would like you to do the first and explain.
So we have أولاد شربوا القهوة.
Al-kahwatu or al-kahwata?
القهوة.
Correct.
So the child drank coffee.
The children drank coffee, correct?
So that's a nominal sentence.
Correct.
And then for the verbal sentence, we have شرب أولاد القهوة. So the meaning is the same, but the only difference is the sharibu becomes shariba.
Correct. Excellent.
Because it comes at the beginning.
Yes, thank you ever so much. Can you kindly choose the next student to come on the mic, please? Those who haven't had a second chance yet.
Sister Shabnam Walji.
Correct. She hasn't had a second chance. Number 2, Sister Shabnam.
Okay, so An-Nasu Sami'ul Adhan, the people heard the Adhan, and that's a nominal sentence.
Correct.
So change it into a verbal one. The verb would be singular. Sami An-Nasu Al-Adhan.
Correct.
And that's a verbal sentence. So the verb is masculine singular.
Perfect. Can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Someone called Bilqis.
Sister Bilqis, yeah?
Ji sir.
Number 3.
At-tullabu katabul ajwibata. So that's a nominal sentence with at-tullabu is a mubtada and katabul ajwibata is a verbal sentence coming as a khabar.
Excellent.
And then changing it to in a verbal sentence, it's a kataba at-tullabul ajwibata. So kataba is a verb At-Tullabu is the doer of the action, and Ajwibata is a maf'ul.
Excellent. Can you choose the next student to come on the right, please?
Sure. Dr. Rahim?
Dr. Rahim has
Okay.
has a second
Okay.
chance.
Then I'll look at the list. Zina Jan Mohammed?
Yes, Sister Zina. She's driving, I think, Sister Zina.
Siddiqa Jafar?
Yes, Siddiqa Jafar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. الطالبات دخلنا الفصل.
Can you please tell me what's the meaning of al-ajwiba?
The singular is jawab. Jawabun means answer. Al-ajwibatu is answers, plural.
Asad.
You're welcome, doctor. Sister Siddiqa, bismillah.
Talibatu dakhalna firstly, the students entered into the class.
Correct.
So then we call dakhala.
Not dakhala. We need to make it singular feminine now.
Dakhalat.
Correct.
Dakhalat at-talibatu al-fasli. Or was it become min al-fasli?
No, you could remain that al-fasla. So dakhalat at-talibatu al-fasla. That is the correct answer, and the translation is?
The students entered the classroom.
Students entered the classroom.
Classroom.
Yep, thank you. Can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
Kulsum Bimani?
She's driving. So you could choose Sister Sharabano Khaku. She has not had a second chance yet.
Okay, Sharbano Khaku then.
Okay, thank you. Al-mudarrisuna kharaju min al-fasli. The teachers exited from the classroom.
Right.
So, kharajal mudarrisuna min al-fasli?
No, no. So it'll be singular now. So at the moment is a mubtada khabar. Al-mudarrisuna is mubtada. Kharaju min al-fasli is khabar. So when it's a verbal sentence, then kharaju will become mufrad mudhakkar, singular masculine. So it'll become
Kharaja.
correct. And then the fa'il.
Or the file will also become singular, or it can stay al-mudarrisuna.
Yes, it could be either singular or either it could be plural.
So, okay, so kharajal mudarrisuna min al-fasli.
Correct.
Thank you.
Sister Siddiqa Asaria.
Okay. Zumalai raja'u min Makkata. So it will be Raja'a Zumalai min Makkata.
Excellent. Translation? So the word zamilun, zumala'un.
So is it my colleagues or friends?
Correct. Correct. My colleagues. Excellent. Sister, Raja means return. Correct. Sister Mukarrama Walji, number 7.
Akhawati ghasalna al-kumsana. My sister washed the shirt. Ghasalat akhawati al-kumsana.
Correct. Sister Batul Manji, page number 46. Right. Who has not had a second chance?
I can take it, Sheikh.
Yes, go ahead. 8 and 9.
Okay. At-tijaru fatahu dukakina.
Correct.
Fataha at-tijaru ad-dukina.
So dukan, ad-dakakina, this is a new word, which means shops.
The shop.
Dukan, yeah.
The shopkeeper or the merchant opened the shops.
Correct. And number 9?
At-tabibatu zahabna ila al-mustashfa.
Translation, please.
The doctors exited to the hospital.
Towards the hospital, correct?
The hospital. So this will be ذهبت.
Correct.
ذهبت الطبيبات المستشفى.
إلى المستشفى.
إلى المستشفى.
Correct. So the the female doctors went to the
hospital.
Correct. Correct. Sister Butul Manji, are you there?
Yes.
Number 10, please.
I don't think I can do it.
Yes, you can. When I believe in you, you can do it. At-tullabu
fahimu darasa.
Ad-darsa.
The student understood the lesson.
So now you need to put the verb first and have tullab after it. So fahimu.
Darasa at-tullabu.
No. Fahimu is plural. They all understood. How do you say he understood?
Fahimta.
He understood fahima.
Fahima. Okay.
Correct. So you need to say fahima and then bring the fa'il, at-tullabu.
Fahima at-tullabu darasa.
Ad-darsa. Correct. The students understood the lesson.
The lesson.
Right. There's one point I want to add now. Whenever, so who am I going to choose? I'm going to choose Sister Sadiqa Asaria. Can you come on the mic, Sister Sadiqa?
Yeah.
Sister Sadiqa, now over here, at-tullabu fahimu ad-darsa. The translation is what?
The students understood the lesson.
Correct. Now, at-tullabu, is it a verb or a noun?
A noun.
Correct. So at-tullab, is it a verbal or a subject? Is it a verb or a subject? At-tullabu, is it mubtada or khabar? At-tullabu.
Mubtada.
Correct. It's a mubtada, so it's a subject. Now, whenever the subject comes in the beginning of a sentence and it's indirectly the fa'il of the verb which is situated after it, fahimu. Correct?
Yeah.
Fahimu, within fahimu, there is a pronoun which is also representing who is performing the action, correct?
Yeah.
Who is that? How many people does the verb imply?
This is
plural.
Plural.
Correct. So absolutely correct. Now, this is a point which I wanted to wait once the exercise was completed and then mention something. Whenever the fa'il comes before the verb and it becomes a subject, mubtada and khabar sentence, then there is an emphasis on the fa'il, on who is doing the action. So if I was doing a literal translation, the translation should be here. The students, they understood the lesson. So you're having the students, plus you having a pronoun within the verb as well. So there is a slight extra emphasis because normally the verb is situated, the fa'il is situated after the verb, but it's not here. So in reality, or in actual fact itself, fahimu, the pronoun hum, the waw, is referring back to at-tullabu. So for this reason, there is a slight more emphasis in this type of sentence on who performed the action. Whereas if you have a sentence like this, ذهب الطلاب إلى الملعب, the students went to the
playground.
Exactly. So there's no emphasis. It's just a normal verbal sentence. So here, ذهب is the fa'il, الطلاب is the, ذهب is the fi'il, الطلاب is the fa'il, ila is harf jar, mal'abi is majroor. In the genitive case, because of ila. Is this clear for everyone? So whenever the fa'il precedes the verb, there is an emphasis on who has performed the action, because you have the fa'il and also the pronoun within the verb referring back to the noun itself. Is that clear, Sister Siddiqa? Whereas ذهب الطلاب, I will not say he went, the student. That is absolutely incorrect. You cannot say that. He went, the students. You can only say here, the students went to the stadium or to the playground. Sister Siddiqa, is that clear?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, Sister Butul Manji, I want you to do 1, 2, and 3 as you join late in the class.
Read and remember.
Yes.
Kharaja kharajat tullabu wa dhahabu.
Translate.
The student exited and went.
No, they went. So because now here, dhahabu is being used. Why? Because we are referring back to the students who have already been mentioned. For this reason, now we use the plural. We don't use a singular. Okay? So dhahabu is referring back to the students who have been mentioned previously. So that's the reason why we cannot use dhahaba. We have to use dhahabu.
Okay, so the subject is singular.
No,
but
kharaja is the verb, at-tullabu is fa'il, and it's plural. Talibun is one student, at-tullabu is plural.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Next one, number 2.
Qara'a at-tullabu
Wakatabu.
Qara'a means
Read.
The
Yep.
students read and wrote.
And they wrote.
And they wrote.
And number 3.
Akala an-nasu wa sharibu. Men or
No,
people.
The people.
Yeah. The people ate and they drank.
Excellent. Brilliant. Ahsanti, Jazakallah. Thank you. Sister Muhra Virji.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, please. Make a sentence from each pair of verbs on the pattern of the examples above. Note that the second verb has the plural ending while the first does not.
So would it be Sheikh dakhalat tullabu wa jalasu?
Excellent. Dakhala at-tullabu. The translation is what, sister?
The student entered and sat down.
And they sat down.
They sat down.
Fil fasli.
Oh, fil fasli, in the classroom.
Correct. So dakhala is coming singular because the fa'il is situated after the fi'il. And then we are saying jalasu because we are referring back to the tullab, which is preceded before the verb.
Okay. And
Right.
then fil fasli.
Correct. Jazakallah. Can I have next? Yes.
Sheikh, sorry, can I ask something quick?
Yes.
Would it be wrong to say dakhalat tullabu al-fasla? So we give a maf'ul bihi to the dakhala. Wa jalasu, would that be okay? Or would that be
That's
wrong?
perfectly fine. The student entered the classroom and they sat. That's fine. So you can also say dakhala at-tullab, the students entered. Wa jalasu fil fasli, and they sat in the classroom as well. Correct.
Both ways are correct. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much.
But the better way would be the first one, because dakhala at-tullabu al-fasla wa jalasu, it's a better way of doing it because dakhala is a transitive verb, whereas jalasa is intransitive verb. It doesn't require maf'ul bihi.
Yeah, so then dakhalat tullabu al-fasla and then wa jalasu.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
Sheikh, can I just ask something quickly?
Go ahead.
You know, the previous exercise, the first one was Karaja, that one. So is that the only way of saying it? Say you didn't want to emphasize the dhahabu.
Yep.
Could you like collate all the verbs at the beginning? Could you say Karaja wa dhahaba at-tulabu?
No, you can't do that Because what's going to happen, each verb requires a file. When you say kharaju wa dhahabu, they exited, and so you need to have some person who is in the context, because kharaju wa dhahabu, they exit.
Can you not say kharaja wa dhahaba at-tulabu?
No, you can't. You won't be able to do it because every verb. So the translation, he exited and he exited and he returned the students. So you won't be able to do it that way. It's a good question you've asked. It's a good question you can have. What you can do is that you can use all of them to be plural. You can say kharaju wa dhahabu at-tullab. Sorry, other way around. At-tullabu kharaju wa dhahabu.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
You can do it that way. At-tullabu kharaju wa dhahabu. That is perfectly correct. If you want to do it that way, that the students, they exited and they went. That's perfectly correct. But if you want to say that, say kharaja wa dhahaba at-tullabu, that's incorrect. It's a really good question you've asked, Sister Siddiqa. That's a really good question. Any other question from anyone? No? Okay.
My question is, Sheikh, sorry.
Yes. Bismillah.
Kharaja and zaba, they're both verbs. So we're just using both of them back and forth?
Yeah, so so what's happening here, because of kharaja, in this lesson we spoke about that if a verb, a singular verb can be used with either a plural file or a singular file, as long as they are situated after the verb. So I can either say kharaja at-tullabu or I can say kharaja at-talibu. This is permitted. But if the fa'il at-tullabu comes before the verb, then the verb has to correspond in the number of people it's referring to. So at-tullabu is plural. So for this reason, I have to say at-tullabu kharaju, because otherwise they will not correspond with each other in the number they are referring to. So then I could say kharaja, so at-tullabu kharaju wa dhahabu. So in this case, both of them, the verbs are coming in the plural format because the person who is doing the action is being mentioned in the passage itself. Exactly. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you, Sheikh.
Right, Sister Bilqis, number 2, and then Sister Zahra Jamal, as you missed a few classes as well.
Okay, so Zarab al-awladu al-hayyata wa qatalu.
Wa qatalu, correct.
Okay.
Sister Zahra Jamal, next one, please, number 3.
Sheikh, we can also say wa qataluha, like they killed it.
I like
it's
so what you can do, that's a really good question you've asked again. From this next good question after Siddiqa Saria, yes, you can. So daraba al-awladu al-hayyata wa qataluha. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
And even, yeah, that's perfectly correct. 100% correct. That's a really good question.
Maulana, wouldn't it be Qatalu at, because it's feminine, or
yeah,
is it?
So darabu al-awladu wa qataluha, because al-hayyata is feminine. So when we are going to use because in the Arabic language there's no it, so therefore they use pronouns, either hu or ha, referring to non-living objects. Al-hayyata is feminine, so use ha to refer to it. Is that clear?
Yeah, okay.
Can you do the next one, Sister Siddiqa Jafar? Qara'a.
Qara'a at-tullabu fahimul darsa.
So you can say Qara'a at-tullabu, the students read the lesson.
Qara'a at-tullabu فهم الدرس.
No. قرأ الطلاب الدرس.
الدرس فهموا.
وفهموا, and you can say وفهموه.
وفهموه.
Yeah. So after
قرأ الطلاب الدرس وفهموا.
وفهموا, and after the alif, who. Yeah, fahimu who. That means the students read the lesson and they understood it. Brilliant. Is that clear, Sister Sadiqa?
Yeah.
So ad-darsa is masculine, so that's the reason why we are using the pronoun who to refer to it. Sister Sakina, number 4.
سمع الناس الأذان.
Yep.
في المسجد وذهبوا. Oh, sorry. وذهبوا في
No, so what you say here, سمع الناس الأذان وذهبوا إلى المسجد.
Oh yeah, towards the masjid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can you repeat that once more so that I know that you've understood, please?
سمع الناس الأذان.
Correct.
وذهبوا إلى المسجد.
Excellent. Brilliant. Right. Next person, Sister Butul Manji. Okay. Sister Butul Manji. You got the difficult one. Butul Manji, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Bismillah. So I want you to use each of the following verbs in a sentence. I'm not going to do that. It's going to take too long. If you could do that as a homework and send it across to me, that would be much appreciated by everyone. Now, I want you to read all of the verbs in the first line, and then Sister Shabna Walji will read the second line. So read and translate these words, please. Akala.
Okay. Akala, he ate. Gatala, he washed.
Correct.
Qara'a, read.
Qara'a, he read. Correct.
He read. Kataba, he wrote.
Correct.
Daraba, he hit.
Correct.
Qatala, he killed.
Correct. Sister Shabnam. Sister Shabnam, next line, please.
Dakhala, he entered. Kharaja, he exited. Hafidha, he memorized. Shariba, he drank. Fahima, he understood. Sami'a, he heard.
Excellent. Sister, who has not had a third chance yet? Sister Zahra Jamal, number 12.
Read and remember.
Yep.
Man fatahal baba, who opened the door. Ana fatahtuhu, I opened it.
What's happening here?
So the who is replacing the bab over here.
Correct.
And in the next one, man fatahan nawafiza, who opened the windows.
Correct.
Ana fatahtuha, I opened them.
Excellent. So a nawafid is an irrational plural. So that's the reason why ha is referring back to the windows, which is a plural.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Rahim, can I ask you kindly do the new words, please? Dr. Rahim.
الكلمة الجديدة, the new words. Al-inab means, I think, grapes. Al-mawzu means bananas. Al-tinu means figs. Al-fajru means it's a morning day.
Yep.
Isn't it? Al-fajru.
Correct.
Al-jawabu means answers. Al-ajwabu is plural, and that was a mistake.
Yep.
Su'ala is a question.
No, su'alun.
Su'alu is a question.
Yep.
Ilatu means questions. Al-Bakalu means a grocer. Al-Asa means a stick. Al-Hayatu means a snake. And plural is Al-Hayatu, Hayatu. Sami'a means he heard. Fahima, he understood. Shariba, he drank.
Excellent. So the points to remember we have done already, so I'm not going to repeat this because it will take extra time. Now,
one question.
Yes.
Bakalo, that's the grocer he's saying?
Yes, grocer, yes.
Okay.
And Hayatun?
Hayatun is a snake. Hayatun is snakes.
Okay, exactly.
Sheikh, I have a question. So if the verb is ending with a sukoon, like dakhalat.
It's not ending. Okay, carry on.
Yes, it's like she entered. Like in dakhalat, it's ending with a sukoon, and the noun is starting with alif lam, but this talibat. So will there be a kasra in the ta of dakhalat?
Yes, so the dakhalat, whenever a verb ends with a sukoon and the letter after is alif lam, because of the alif being silent and lam being with sukoon, so what happens is that any verb ending with a sukoon, a kasra is given so that you can continue reading on self. So dakhalat, you say dakhalat talibatu.
Okay, so the ta will take a kasra in this.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, lesson number 6. I'm going to try to do this as I'm just going to read the lesson and see what I can do. It depends upon if I could finish in time because I don't want to prolong your class too long. Right, I'll have to do this next lesson because this is a long lesson. If I start the lesson, I will have to finish it, and it will take me about half an hour, 20 minutes to do this lesson. So inshallah, what I'll do this Sunday, definitely I'll do the class. 4 o'clock, everyone happy, or 5 o'clock, everyone happy? This Sunday coming. What time will suit everyone?
Check 5 would be a bit better because it will be 9 in Dubai.
Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, let's do 4:45. The reason why, because 5 o'clock is fine because Maghrib time has gone forward. That's fine. 5 o'clock. So inshallah, 5 o'clock on Sunday, I'll do the additional lessons because I want to finish this book before my Ramadan. So inshallah, we're on track. So inshallah, we can catch up. Inshallah, is that okay with everyone? I'm not going to start lesson number 6. It'll be too much because it will be leaving it incomplete if I start. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajhum. Thank you ever so much, and thank you for your patience with me. Inshallah, we will continue on Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time will be 12 p.m. New York time and 9 p.m. Dubai time, inshallah. Inshallah, any questions?